Today we'll be talking with Dave Rogers, who is the commander at the Suffolk County Council of the VFW here on Long Island, about how they're reaching out to the veterans community. So Dave, why don't you talk a little bit about what you and the VFW here in Suffolk County are doing to help keep veterans connected?
So I'm Dave Rogers. I'm the commander of Suffolk County Council VFW here on Long Island, New York. It's a hard time right now because we're not able to physically connect like we used to. The VFWs are membership-driven organization. It's not a board or CEO-driven organizations, and we're very grassroots. So a lot of what we do throughout the years, and we're talking 120 years now, depends on us being in the public, being in the community, working within the community. So we've had to find ways in order to continue our mission of no one does more for veterans, and yet, fit into this social distancing realm. Part of what we've done is we've built a resource guide for veterans during this time. A lot of veterans don't know where to turn or where to go for help or assistance. And so we've built that guide so that they can find the help and assistance that they need. Some of the programs have moved to working from home, or things like this where they're using Zoom and other programs, Skype and FaceTime and all this other stuff. And we're talking about counseling for veterans who are suffering with PTSD and they're suffering with addiction. A lot of programs have closed their doors because of the coronavirus, and they can't have group sessions and everything.
Sure.
It's something that we've been talking about for a long time, where we weren't fully prepared for something like this, because though the technology is there, we're still, a lot of VSOs are very, like I said, on the grounds kind of communication, out there working with people. Some of the VFWs, not just here on Long Island, but across the state, are using their posts as food banks, or collection spots for veterans to get help. There's posts out there that are, donating the money that they have, to help get personal gear and food out to the first responders during this time. But it's hard for us too, because a lot of the posts depend on the fundraisers that we do throughout the year. We're not a typical business.
Sure.
So we've depended heavily on fundraise throughout the year, and now a lot of our posts are struggling. We're worried about after this, how many posts are still going to be open. And I'm not talking about membership wise, I'm just talking about building wise.
Sure, you have to pay rent like everybody else, or you have tax, whatever it is that you need to pay for your upkeep. And if you don't get if you don't get some donations, that's hard to do.
Right. But it's also hard to ask for donations when you know that people need more than we do.
Right.
So it's like, it's hard to say, oh, listen, by the way, donate to the VFW, because we're here for you. The same thing with our programs. We do a lot of programs in the VFW, and even though the posts themselves are not open and we're not gathering at the post, we're working very hard to make sure that our programs are being taken care of. Right now, we're halfway through our Scout of the Year program. So we're judging applications, and we're having to find unique ways to judge the applications to pick our Scout of the Year. We're still trying to find membership. We're, doing our reports, our trustee reports and everything that any other organization would do, trying to keep those going.
Sure.
On a local level, part of what we're doing is we've set up a Coffee with a Veteran Zoom. We do that every day at 12 o'clock Eastern time. uh, and it's important because it's a way for us to connect with the community, and it's also a way for us to connect with each other. And one of the important steps, one of the things that we've done in this process is we don't talk about the coronavirus. And people will say, well, why not? Well, because we want people to be able to feel a sense of relief, so we do karaoke. Uh, we do, we play hangman.
I love that.
The karaoke is fun. It was hysterical, like, because we didn't, like, people didn't pick a song. We set up, it was kind of fun. We set them up in teams and they would challenge each other and they would pick the other person's song for them.
Great.
And then we did a Russian roulette kind of karaoke where somebody would call out a person's name and then I would scroll down and the first song it stops at, that's the song they get, So they may not know the song, they may not be comfortable with it, but it didn't matter. It was fun. It was excitement. We're going to do a drawing workshop.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So there's so many, we do a happy hour where we get dressed up and we act like we're at a party and we try our best pickup lines,
Yeah.
We play trivia. Yesterday we played 80s trivia, which is kind of fun, So it's those kinds of things, like keeping people connected and in touch with each other and engaged on something other than, what's going on. And it helps people because you're not thinking during that time, you're not really thinking about everything that's going on in the outside world. You're not thinking, oh, I'm all alone.
Right.
You're like, oh, I'm on Zoom with, 7 of my new friends and we're having a good time and, we're having fun with this. So it's become really great for us because we've been able to connect people, and we've had veterans come on from Alabama, from California, Kansas, upstate New York, and we hope that it keeps rotating like that.
That's great, Dave. So now if people want to join your Veterans Coffee group, or if they have questions for the VA or their local VA, how do they get in touch with you?
So if they want to, I'm on Facebook. I'm very active on Facebook. Dave Rogers. They can look me up, or they can look for Suffolk County Council VFW. Both of those pages carry all the information that we have out there. We also have a website, Suffolk County Council VFW. It's SCCVFW.com. But like I said, we're on Facebook all the time. I put out the event on Facebook on my page so that people can see it. We invite people all the time, and anyone's welcome to join. It's just a lot of fun. It's just a great way to, start thinking of something else and not think about, oh my God, here I am stuck in my house alone.
Yeah, even if it's for an hour a day, I find it's a good way to connect to people.
One of the biggest challenges is funerals. A lot of veterans are dying, and we're not able to be there for them in person, and I'm still getting a lot of requests from families. Can somebody come out and be there for us?
Right.
So we're going to tonight get on Zoom and record the funeral service for
Wow.
the VFW, and then we're going to send that out to families,
Right.
and send it out to the funeral homes and places like that can share it with the families of those that have lost somebody, because it's very important.
So what we're going to do is we'll take this little interview and we'll get it out to people, so that they know what you're doing, and
Appreciate it.
just sort of share what you're doing. I've been following you a little bit on Facebook. I see you guys are doing a lot of good for the community, And I think it's an admirable thing just to keep reaching out and touching base with people. So keep up the good work, Dave, and I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Talk to you soon.
Yeah, stay healthy. Say hi to Grunt. All
All right.
right, man. Be good.